Boom! Rocks in the room. Hey guys, do you want to know what your neighbors are doing? Who isn't a little nosy? Stand by for tip number 5 of 101. If you're a homeowner of the information age who's ever questioned the value of a real estate agent in this day and age, just want to maximize your profit and minimize your stress in your processes, or if you just wish you had the knowledge, tools, and confidence that you need to succeed in selling your home on your own, you're in the right place. That's what I'm doing here. Ask questions, make comments, dislike my stuff, subscribe, and follow, because I'm going to be bringing the value, and I really hope to continue to improve your appreciation and lifestyle. And tip number 5 of 101 today is play detective. And a little bit about that is keep track of real estate ads that appear for just a couple days, or the ones that have been on forever. Ask questions. And what's your perception of why they're not being successful in selling? What's the wording in their marketing copy that may not be effective? But play detective. Always under promise, over deliver, by the way, folks. But playing detective also means, if a house is on the market, okay, now, while it's really not cool to go knocking on the door and trying to negotiate with the seller, you're not doing that. If they're a neighbor of yours, if you're trying to do a little research in your community, feel free to go up and talk to your neighbor, right? If they've sold their house in 2 days, go ask them, hey, how'd you do it? What did you learn? What did you do about your pricing? And what did you do with your marketing? Was your agent more responsible for this, or were you, right? Also, people that have been on the market indefinitely, go up and just talk to them. I am a big advocate, people, of connecting with people. Okay, play detective, ask questions. And it's unreal. There's one time, when, if you're looking to buy a house, I'll tell you a quick story. It's not that difficult. Out of 20 houses in any particular neighborhood that you may actually sit there and say, you know what, I like that one, that one, that one, that one. If you were to knock on the door, my data has proven I did this, I've done this, and other people should. 6 of those people will say, yes, they're considering selling. And the guy hired me to go do that, right? And you have what it takes to do this. But if you knock on the door, here's one thing that's funny. This house was worth $250,000 at least. But when I knocked on his door and I just asked him a question, hey, would you consider selling? I was just playing detective. I was just curious. I've got somebody that's interested in a house like yours. He said right then and there, I'll take $225. Deal. Right. I like that. And it's painless, people. Well, you got to get over your fear of knocking on somebody's door that you don't know. But guess what? At the end of the process, what's really cool is you may end up liking them. You may end up having somebody else that you know more about and can be of service to even, and you'll have more than you had when you started. But hey, it's not rocket science. If you want to successfully sell your house on your own, I've put everything that you need on one sheet of paper, all of the data, and it's in a link below. I'm also giving away, and it's a $20 value, but it's just an ebook that has all 101 of these tips, right? Come and get it. It's in the link below. And that's the close of our tip 5 of 101 today. And I'm going to segue into real estate news for real people. And I'm going to cue this into playing detective a little more. So I think more people should ask more questions. But today's real estate news for real people, big fat disclaimer. I'm not an attorney, not a CPA. Okay. And I'm also not making a statement here. right? This was just old marketing that I did back in 2016 or 17 about proof positive that I can sell a house for and keep costs down to $2,500, and I could sell that house for $2,500. It's not rocket science, but so I'm not making any kind of political statement there. But for those of you that know that some stuff went down at the Capitol, the NAR, the National Association of Realtors, by the way, the third largest lobbying group in the nation out of over 5,500 lobbying groups. The NAR is pretty powerful, people. The National Association of Realtors. It's 1.4 million of us agent types running around as realtors with a code of ethics, right? And this code of ethics is one of those things, right? I'm always fond of how you're going to police ethics when people should just do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. But in an article that was written by Andrea Brambilla in Inman News, the NAR, National Association of Realtors, states that most behavior at the Capitol riot does not violate the new ethics policy. According to the trade group, merely being a participant in something that appears likely to involve criminal activity does not automatically invoke rule against hate speech. Now, the idea here is that the ethics, the code of ethics has now incorporated that, you're not supposed to hate people. You're not supposed to really, and I'm a fond advocate of loving God and loving others. If you're not, then you're wrong. But participating in last week's insurrection at the Capitol was not a violation of the National Association of Realtors' new ethics policies, unless a realtor directed hate speech toward a protected class while doing so, according to the third of 6 monthly training webinars the 1.4 million member trade group will be hosting in the wake of the changes. In November, NAR Board of Directors passed controversial changes to its professional standards to crack down on racist and discriminatory speech and behavior. The changes, which became effective immediately on November 13th, apply NAR's Code of Ethics and Standards of Practice to all realtors' activities, not just those related to real estate, prohibit hate and harassing speech against protected classes. We're all protected classes. Okay? Just don't hate people. Prohibit all discrimination, not just willful discrimination against protected classes, and recommend that ethics violations be considered under membership qualification criteria. A violation of this policy would be charged under Article 10 of the Code of Ethics, which prohibits denying equal professional services to anyone in those protected classes. Now, this is all right to, sit there and say, unless you're directly hating on protected classes. But one of the things I'm here to challenge the real estate industry to continue to improve in many regards is I want people to know, ask questions. If you're planning on hiring a real estate agent to represent your transaction, ask questions. You may trust them, but ask questions of other agents. How do they treat people behind their back? I'm going to go off on a little bit of a side here. One of the things that I have been disillusioned by in this industry is the way that we as consumers, not just this industry, but in all industries at large, we as consumers are being targeted and we're being scaled. There's, sales people are trained how to overcome your objectives and make the close, etc. And along those lines, one of the things that has happened over the past 20 years that I've been involved in the real estate industry is the scripting of these agents that goes into, a listing agent, an agent that you may see as the representative that you choose to be the performing agent that you would like to be representing your property. Okay. They have one shiny, trustworthy poster boy type face to your face, And I've listened to these folks on the back end of the phone. Okay. Ask how people treat people when they're not running the script. Okay. Because I've been dealing with many agents over the years, and I've seen how they talk about people when they're sitting there running the script. Hey, I'm the cheese. I'm going to make the best thing happen for you since, your bread was sliced. All right. And then hang up and start talking about people as if they were meat. Okay. It's not okay. So play detective, ask people about the character and the integrity of that particular individual. And I'm not coming at you as if I'm infallible. Okay. I've made tons of mistakes in the departments of being trustworthy and respecting others' interests above my own. I come from a place of brokenness in this because I've made these mistakes. I've talked about people as if they were meat. Okay. I've done it. And some people may tell you I've done it, but that doesn't mean I'm still doing it. People change. But again, I think that the real estate news for real people today is about, a code of ethics is something that we should all ascribe to. We should all have personal and familial constitutions that we abide by, values and things that we live by with integrity and honor. And that's really what I'm here for, folks, is to just recognize that, we can all do better, and we don't need an external code of ethics to do so. And I just had that to share today. And tip 5 is play detective, and also, ask more questions about the integrity and character of your service providers, whether they're real estate agents or attorneys or chiropractors, So take some time. Love your mother. Love your brother. Make it a good day. All right. Bye-bye.